You guys know the drill by now. I say welcome back to Mario Party. You sigh because that is the least original intro that one could have for a Let's Play series. And then we do the video, and I sometimes talk about the game. Sometimes I don't talk about the game. And then 10 to 20 minutes later, we all go home. Then you come back tomorrow, and it's all the same. I believe this is not the definition of insanity, but very close to it. A next-door neighbor. But then that's series watching in general, isn't it? TV series don't change episode to episode. Let's Play series don't change episode to episode. Not really. Not in function or form, just in the details. And occasionally there's some important progression. But generally speaking, no. Once you've watched enough of it, you could go on Wikipedia or whichever wiki for the show, the dedicated wiki for the show, read the plot summary, and know exactly what happened and be able to picture it in your mind, probably perfectly. Because all TV is the same, and most of it is bad. Movies, on the other hand, are great, and you should watch all of them. This message brought to you by movies, which are great. You actually apparently can't say that an episode is sponsored by a company, like as a joke, because that company, if it doesn't like your content, can sue you for that, I guess, is the reason. Which does make sense. If I had a company and I didn't want my brand associated with some YouTuber who's talking about something or doing something. Like, imagine if you were Microsoft, as I am playing this on my Microsoft 64. And you are not a sponsor of, like, let's say, the Paul brothers. They're famous, I think. I'm new to YouTube. Don't make me explain who they are, because I don't know. They do things. And one of the Paul brothers does the Japanese Suicide Forest thing, which faced a good amount of backlash, I believe. I heard about it and I wasn't even on YouTube. I didn't even know YouTube had a community. Also, thanks, Yoshi, for bringing us all back to start. We were just trying to progress. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is why this map sucks, by the way. So let's say you are Microsoft. You do not sponsor the Pauls. I think it was Logan Paul. Jake's the other one, right? Doesn't matter. And one of them jokingly says, prior to disrespecting Japanese culture and what the forest symbolizes, saying this video is sponsored by Microsoft. Which this video is not, by the way. Not that I think I'm doing anything objectionable for Microsoft, but you never know. They might dislike that I'm playing on my Microsoft 64. That name is then associated with that video, and because of the negative spotlight brought about by that video, it tarnishes the brand. And then they have to issue an apology saying, nah, we didn't have anything to do with that. We don't know him, to paraphrase Mariah Carey. And then it's a whole thing. So I get it. But I didn't know that for a while. And I kind of like those jokes. They're good jokes. But I do get it from a company's perspective. I understand why they would not necessarily want to allow their name, their brand to be associated with someone who is, let's just say, controversial. Yes, I know that's not how you actually pronounce that word. But I do like saying words wrong sometimes. I don't know why that brings me a little bit of joy, but it brings me a little bit of joy. Okay, Luigi. That's right. I already took the left path, and the left path brought us back to start. You do the good thing. Like, pronouncing words wrong, especially in the company of people who get upset about it, is just the best. It is one of the funniest things to upset someone, not with bad grammar, but with bad pronunciation. Because they can't handle it, and they don't know why they can't handle it. It doesn't impact them. Neither does bad grammar, but bad grammar is... I get it. Kind of. I understand why you don't want to let someone go through life with bad grammar, but bad pronunciation, especially if they are a native English speaker, is just funny. It doesn't make you sound dumb, I don't think. Also, I have yet to win this minigame as the conductor. I think I'm doing something wrong. I think you just have to hit the right, left, up, down side when it gets there. But I've never won as it. So I'll someday maybe... I won't look. I'm never going to figure it out. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But yes, I understand why a company doesn't want their name associated with a controversial figure who at any point may drop a gamer word or two. Actually, I don't know if the Pulls... I don't know if that was one of their things. I know they've been involved in several controversies over the years. They were Vine people, weren't they? That sounds racist. They were stars who came from the platform Vine, and then once that died, became YouTube stars. That's better. That's a better way to phrase that. I think that's what they were from. And then they made longer blog-type things after they already had an audience. And then they did dumb things because they're dumb people. I don't even know if they're over 18. I would assume they are at this point. They probably weren't when they started. If you have kids who become stars, they're often too dumb to know any better. They never learn consequences until they get older, and then they have to actually pay attention to their actions. It makes complete sense why they're idiots, is what I'm saying. So let me backtrack for a second. I never understood Vine. I never got it. I never had the Vine app. I assume it was an app and not just a website. You'd occasionally get those Vines, these short video clips posted to Twitter. But that's the thing, you could put them on Twitter. Twitter allows you to put videos. Twitter also allows you to put photos, which makes me wonder why Instagram is still a thing when it's just outclassed. Like, Instagram and Twitter are essentially the same service at this point, but Twitter was first. I think. Hope. Pretty sure Twitter came first. Both of them let you post photos. Both of them let you post videos. Both of them let you post text with accompanying those things. Instagram has now stolen Snapchat's thing, and it has its own stories. Which makes you wonder why Snapchat's still a thing. But I guess people are tied to the service that they've been using for however many years. And now there's a Vine replacement. There's TikTok. Which always makes me just think of the Kesha song. Also, hey, guess what? We get to go back to start again. We have come no closer to getting another star. I genuinely hate this map. I think it's terrible. It's incredibly frustrating and very dumb, and also bad. But TikTok's based in China, so it's got a lot of money behind it. Apart from that, I think it seems like it's the same service as Vine. I've never been on TikTok either. I've seen videos from the service. I've just never sought it out. But it seems like a lot of people with very little talent make one funny video that goes viral, and then they just coast on that. And then they make a bunch of other things that people think are funny because they made one thing they liked. Have you ever noticed when, like, a funny person, like a comedian or a comedic actor, goes on a late-night TV show, and everyone in the audience, including the host, will laugh at essentially everything they say, even if what they're saying is not funny? It's because of that preconceived notion that they are funny. You've got that baked into your head, that confirmation bias is in there, so that you take everything differently, with a different appreciation. Just something to think about. Just consider it the next time that you see Will Ferrell on Fallon. And again, Fallon's the worst for hyping somebody up and laughing at stuff that is not funny. I don't think he's terrible as a host, but I think he goes out of his way to make the star feel like a star and to try to be the star's bestest buddy. I think that does do a little bit of a disservice to the show. I like Conan. I really liked Craig Ferguson when he was still doing that. I thought his show was fantastic. It was more laid back, it was less serious, it was very self-aware, but it actually made, like, Fallon's trying to make the stars feel comfortable. I think Ferguson did that better and didn't pander to them while doing it. I wonder what he's up to nowadays. I know he's done a couple of Netflix specials. I think he was hosting a show on, like, History Channel. I don't know if that took off, though. I haven't checked. Don't know what it's about. Letterman was really good, too. I have to say that. Carson, I hear, was good, but he was before my time. Anyway, thank you for indulging me. That was this episode. Come back next time for another episode.